Oh man. They really did it. They killed Yoo-chan. Yo, Vincenzo really shot him. Yo, I just got reminded of what Yoo-chan said. Didn't he said to Vincenzo, "You're not that type of devil, are you?" Yo, Vincenzo is that devil, man. He's using the truck to threaten Myungi. Yo, he's not holding back. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, this type of moment where this is more like a Yu-chan, this is for you type of thing. Everyone in that van were the people that visit his office to pay respect, and they were the people that he tried to defend in court. Wait, no, Juno, yo, yo, Juno. This is by far my favorite episode of Vincenzo. This shows us that if you want to be the devil, go ahead. But if you want to go toe to toe with somebody who can clearly be more of a devil than you, they're not going to hold back. And Vincenzo proved that. He proved it when he was trying to get info. He proved it when he found out that Myungi was the one that ordered the truck. And he also proved it when he was lighting up the building that had RDU-90 in it. And don't worry, I'll get to the last scene after the building was being burned down. Don't worry, I'll talk about everything in order and I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it. So at the beginning of the episode, the truck scene, Chayoung was nearby. She found out that her dad was a victim, so him and Vincenzo were rushed to the hospital. As they were getting checked out, we see Yoo-chan died. And personally, I'm like, damn, man, they killed the dad so early on. Man, I really loved the character. And again, personally, I felt like it was a little bit too early, but also considering that his death could be something of a motivation or something that drives the other characters. I can see that. But man, personally, I love his character. He was very genuine. He was a defending the people type of person. And I love that as his character. So, and just having the combination of the music being played, people crying, visiting his office, leaving flowers and notes saying thank you, but also having the combination of Myungi dancing in front of the TV where his death was being showcased on the news. It was a combination of being pissed off, well, on Myungi's part, and also sad. But when you combine the whole thing, it's like, oh my God, that is crazy. And this is going to be really weird for me to shift from something so sad and oh my God to something just a little bit funny. But after that, when Chayoung was at the hospital, sitting next to Vincenzo, who has been unconscious at that point for 10 days. Damn. And she was just in a state of mourning. She wanted Vincenzo to wake up. And what's funny was that she was like, man, I'm paying for your private room. I'm paying for your hospital bill. Do you know how much this damn thing costs? And then Vincenzo came out of nowhere and said, well, then just take me to the bank first. And I'm like, oh, he's awake. It's like, yo, that came out of nowhere. And fast forward to when Chayoung found out that Mr. Yu died, and the cops kind of just saw it as a suicide. So it was like, damn. But then Chayoung, she made some calls, and then it was not a coincidence that Mr. Yu, a researcher at Babil, died around the same time her dad got killed. So when she found that out, she went back to Usang law firm and just slammed down her letters of resignation because she knows that this whole thing is BS. But then Myungi came in and she was like, well, if she wants to quit, quit. Hey, bitch, know your place. So there's that tension between Myungi and Chayoung right there. And then fast forward to when Vincenzo told Chayoung that Mr. Yu was the last person who contacted her dad. And Chayoung, she was upset. Like this is something that Vincenzo should have told Chayoung, like in the first place, But then I kind of agree with Vincenzo was that he was trying to tell her that if I told you this, like at the get-go, you're going to do something stupid. And I don't want you to do something stupid. And I agree with that. I mean, just having the emotion of someone you love being murdered. And if you're in that state, right? And you're getting information about what's going on, who was the last person that contact, what was that person's connection with so many people? you're going to do something that you're going to probably regret and put yourself in a pretty deeper hole. So fast forward after that, Chayoung, she did a lot of thinking, and then she came up with the idea of a team up. So since Vincenzo wanted the Gumga Plaza, Chayoung was going to help him get it and keep it since Vincenzo is the rightful owner. But in return, Chayoung wants to be part of whatever scheme that Vincenzo is doing. She wants in on it. And this is before how much of a devil that Vincenzo can be. So she's definitely in for a surprise. So Chayoung and Vincenzo visit the guy who drove the truck that killed Yoo-chan. And they were trying to get answers from him. He refused. But then Vincenzo came out of nowhere and used his mafia ways. And he was like, if you don't give me answers now, you're going to die tonight. And at first, he didn't give any answers, but then he had second thoughts. And he gave them what they wanted to hear. And it was pretty obvious that someone was spying on him, make sure he doesn't snitch, even though he did a bit. But for Chayoung, getting information from the guy who killed her dad was not enough. She didn't want to leave empty-handed. Like, the guy is right there. I want payback. So Vincenzo thought of an idea of screaming, "Thank you for joining our side. Thank you for this and that. You've been a great help." And that led him to his death. And that was one crazy scene where the security guards were gathering all of the inmates, including him, picked a section at the prison and just let the inmates just have at it. And yeah, that was his death right there. So we're at the gambling place now. Vincenzo is trying to find the guy who killed Mr. Yu. He finds him in the bathroom, insults him a bit, and whoop his butt. Well, I should say knock him out, choked him out with a clothes hanger. I swear, I think Vincenzo can still whoop people's butt if he had a teddy bear as his only weapon, which is pretty funny. But anyway, so he chokes him out. He used him as bait to bring out who I think is Mr. Pyo. And I think it's the same guy who asked for a cigarette and a lighter from Yoo-chan before he got hit by the truck. Remember in the last episode? I think it's the same guy. So he brings both of them out to a abandoned building, tied both of them to a chair, and threatens to kill him if they don't tell him what they want to hear. And I know they don't die because we saw what happened in the last scene, but at that point I'm like, whoa, Vincenzo is becoming the devil, or he's showing how much of a devil he can be. And I'm starting to remember what Yoo-chan said. He said, "Hey, you're not that type of devil, are you?" I'm like, oh man, Yoo-chan, if you're alive to see this, that's crazy. So then fast forward, he calls Myung-gi. Well, first, Myung-gi gets a basket of clothes with blood in it. She gets sent a text of a picture, or pictures, of both men dead and shot. Again, I know they're not dead. And that kind of scared her a bit. And then the lights turned off in the laundromat, the door's locked, and then she gets a call from an unknown caller, and obviously it's Vincenzo, and she threatens her with a truck. Familiar scene, huh? Well, in the words of Vincenzo. And he definitely was like, hey, I'm a patient guy, but I can't say the same thing about the truck driver. So the truck just comes, just like running through, and then bam, it stopped and scared her. And then she was like, okay, what do you want? Vincenzo was like, I want you to come clean, pretty much. And then right after Vincenzo left and the truck driver left, she was like, once I find you, you're dead to me. And I'm like, you're messing with a bigger devil. If you think you're a monster, you're going up against a bigger monster. And then we get to the final scene where the disinfecting team was trying to disinfect the lab, the building and whatnot. Come to find out, it was actually Chayoung and Vincenzo who was spraying the entire building. Well, not just those two, but also some of the people who Yoo-chan helped in the past, or tried to help in the past, who also went to his office and paid their respects after he died. They just start spraying the building with what I think is gasoline, a good callback to episode 1. And just Vincenzo with his lighter, click, click, click. Bam, whoosh, the whole building goes up in the flames. And just that one scene after they left, the people that paid their respects to Yoo-chan at the beginning of the episode when they revealed their face and just doing that whole scene of, oh look, it's that person. Oh look, it's that person. Look, I couldn't help but just being like, oh my God. It's kind of like that respecting, heartwarming, Yoo-chan, this is for you type of thing. And I'm like, oh man, that's so awesome, right? But then after that, oh my God, I really do hope my camera didn't cut off when I saw the last scene, like when Hanso arrived at the building and he saw the building being burned down, and then we see, I guess it was like the big boss. I did not expect it to be Junu. Like, so that whole act of a junior lawyer thing, like remember how Junu acted like in this episode, in the previous episodes, he acted like a child, pretty much, you know, like an innocent person, but that's all an act. Junu is the big boss. So that's it on the review. I think I covered everything. I pretty much covered every major point in this episode. Again, this episode is by far my favorite episode. Just everything they brought with the death of Yoo-chan, having his death become more of a, how should I put it? I don't want to use motivation. I want to use something else, like the spark of a fire or something. But yeah, like, yeah, just everything. And also having the shocking scene of seeing blood and syringes in Hanso's pillow, seeing Myunggi be the one that pulled the trigger on the truck, which is not really surprising, to tell you the truth. And also just having Junu be the guy behind all of this. It's like, whoa, what happens now? You know what I mean? And wow, this was just crazy. Hey, I want to know your guys' reactions and thoughts when you saw Junu be the main boss. Even if he is the main boss, they made it seem like he was the main boss because Hanso was scared of him. And I'm pretty sure that, remember when Hanso got hit by hockey pucks? I think it was Junu who did that, right? So yeah, I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on the major points of the scene. When you saw Yoo-chan dying, when you saw when you saw Vincenzo be this type of devil kind of thing, right? Dude, everything was just crazy. Oh yeah, then after that, yeah, we saw what really happened. Vincenzo did not kill the two men. Everything he used was mostly like a movie special effects kind of thing. So yeah, everything, like, even though that killing them could have made Vincenzo more of a devil, but I think playing people was another way of showing that, hey, I can be a devil too. It's just, it's not going to be a killing devil. It's going to be, I played your ass type of devil. So I thought that was pretty awesome. So I'm going to end it here. If you guys enjoyed the review and enjoyed the little reaction at the beginning of this review, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.